It's for the YouTube video. Welcome to 2XKO, my official tier list. Alright? We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook here today. So, I want to make very clear with this tier list that I am basing this on my experience with Ari and Yasuo. Okay? So with that being said, I am going to start from the back here. I'm going to start with Blitzcrank. So with Blitzcrank, right? Blitzcrank is an interesting situation because I think he's a really good assist, but I don't think on his own he's really good. So I think he has a couple of things to keep in mind that will make him pretty strong, right? So like he has Steam, and when you have Steam and Fury together, Juggernaut Blitz can be really sick. Now if you're doing like 2x assists, I think he's also just as good. Like we just fought a Braum and the Blitz, and there's some good things to it, but I didn't see a lot of assists there. What I saw was just setups for the Blitzcrank, because it seemed like Blitzcrank was trying to be point when he trying to be anchor. But yeah, so I actually will place Blitz here in A tier. I really think Blitz, regardless of the fuse you give him, he's not as strong as he could be. So I don't think he's in S tier because of that reason, TG Deku. I actually think it's more so because he's an A tier, because he is like that perfect character, right? Like he has good damage if he's on his own, but he also has a really good assist. But if he's on his own, you need another character to complement him. Like again, Juggernaut Blitz can work. Blitz and Sidekick, and you have Blitz as like your point character, would not work. You would need to turn him into an assist. So he's definitely in an A tier, for sure. For sure. We'll talk about order in just a bit. Vi, that bitch is S tier. Hold on. That bitch is S tier. I'm sorry. This character, after Evo, got too overtuned. Okay? Too overtuned. She went up tier lists, and I was like, what happened here? Like, this character, okay, Vi in S tier is because her entire game plan relies on that one knockdown. It's just that one knockdown. Whether you're in double down or 2x assist or sidekick or juggernaut, this character just needs one knockdown and she is good. So that's why she's in S tier. She has great damage. I don't want to say they overtuned her damage, because she needed the damage because everybody's dealing similar damage right now. But it's the fact that she gets so much. She gets so much, especially with all three of her ults, really. Her pressure and mix is very simple. Okay, so she can stagger. She can go into electric. She can go into her Rekkas that go into different results. And then each of those Rekkas, each of those options lead into a knockdown that she can just OTG into a regular slam and then go into ult. And if you have double down, all you need to do is go ahead and knock down, for example, like go with Alawi to go ahead and do her knockdown or her ult, or like her level 1 special, and then goes ahead and with her level 1 super, and then with Vi you can just finish out going with Vi's level 1 super. Like you could just do DHC right there. So like Vi is so good. Whether you have her as a point or an anchor, she is really good. She's one-dimensional, but it's too overtuned right now, Gould. It's too overtuned, and that's my problem. If it was a bit better where like she kind of gets punished for being one-dimensional, I wouldn't be so harsh that she's in S tier. But right now she wins a lot. Like she can remain one-dimensional for the longest, and all she really has to do is just make sure she like you tag. You can just play her as anchor and she's good. Yeah, but who's punishing mid-screen right now? Who's gonna reach from mid-screen? Yasuo can. Sometimes Ari. Darius, depending... Darius can reach anything. Jinx and Yasuo players? Not everybody's playing Jinx and Yasuo and Darius like that, though. That's the thing. Is that, like, right now, she's the character that, like, again, I really feel like she can... She just values, no matter where... Like, being in the category of S tier, it's not just, like, your one-dimensional gameplay, like in her case. She, right now, no matter what fuse, no matter what team, no matter what you do, she's still really good. Exactly. Thank you, TG Deku. Because you try to punish Vi Sway, and it's just dangerous. Jinx. I'm going to have to place her actually above Blitz here in A tier. Jinx is really good. But Jinx is like... Jinx suffers from the traditional zoner, and she needs to be paired with a specific character. It's kind of like Blitzcrank. It can either be really good or it can be really bad. So with Jinx, plus Zap is not that scary. Her level 1 super is like really, really good. You're the biggest Yasuo hater ever? That's crazy. LMAO, what is Captain Commando of this game? I don't have as much trouble as I do with Vi with Jinx. That's my thing though, Gould. Like, if you do the combos for Jinx, like, she just has a really good assist. She has really good, DHC. Double down Jinx will definitely. S tier Jinx with any other fuse A tier. Exactly. But, like, she's not by herself. She's not an S tier. So, I don't think that with Jinx, that's why she's high A tier. But she's like in between S and A tier. Yeah, but you have to get that though, Gould. Like, just because she does 550, like, I could do 550 with Yasuo. Doesn't mean, well, okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. I might get clipped for that. Wait, no. Let's not talk about it. Anyways, Braum. Okay, guys, don't hate me, but Braum's like C tier for me. This character is not good. Braum is not a really good character. I don't think Braum is a good character. I think he has a great assist. But you need to put install on him in order to make something work with him. And I don't think that he has that. It's not good. Yeah, after Alpha Lab, they nerfed him too much. He's not strong. I think out of the entire cast, he's one of the weakest characters for sure. He's definitely on the weaker side. Unbreakable is the best install in the game. It is, but it's not as bad as it was in Alpha Lab. Like, I played both Alpha Labs, and I remember Braum. Braum was a problem. Now it just doesn't feel like he's a problem at all. It really doesn't. Plus, you can parry. Like, parry right now is super strong, that a lot of the defensive options actually really stop him. Yeah, Braum gets easy to go against. Like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be good Braums out there that you're gonna lose to, but again, they're outplaying you at that point. Whereas if you have a stronger character, you don't really need to outplay against them. You just need to be better, right? Like, you just need to counter their outplay. Okay, when I say worse, I don't think that he's like a bad character in general in like fighting game terms. I just mean that compared to everybody else, his game plan, his outplaying, his neutral, his like entire form of going through the game just doesn't feel on the level than other characters. You genuinely think he gets better reward on point than Blitz? I can see that. I can see that because I played against a Braum and Blitz, and I saw that there was more value with Braum than there was with Blitz as a point character. I still think, though, that with everybody else and the tools that they have, Braum is on the underside of it. Illaoi. So this is a tough one. And this one might be a hot take. This might be a hot take. And you guys are probably gonna be like, what's going on here? I'm gonna put her in S tier. And the reason I put her in S tier is those setups hurt. She is the reason you can get touch a D. Like TOD, sorry. I genuinely don't know how to survive against an Illaoi that touches you. She, like, if we're talking about Vi, oh, we already talked about Vi. Now you're Flora friend, but she's like A tier max. So I do agree that she's on the cusp between A and S. I can agree to that because compared to the other S's that I have in mind, I don't think she's that bad. I don't think she's as bad, better said. But my problem with Illaoi is that when you look at how she gets used, especially in Double Down, like, that's the other thing too, right? Double Down and 2x assist is really, really good for her. But as you go through the matches, like, you can't play her on Sidekick, you can't play her on Juggernaut, you can't play her on, what is it called? You can't play her on, you could try to play free tag, but it's hard. Freestyle, thank you. You could try to play her on freestyle, but truth be told, where Illaoi's really biggest strength is Double Down. Because of the fact that, like, she has just so much value in pretty much being like the catalyst to TODs. And her buttons are not good. That's why you can't play her in these other fuse styles. You have to be specific with the fuse. That's why she teeters between A and S tier, because there's certain times that, like, not certain times, but her buttons just in general go back and forth, right? Like, please go into training mode. She has huge buttons. No, I know she has huge buttons, but it's like those huge buttons can also get punished. It's kind of like with Testament. When you fight Testament, if you know how to 6P, you can knock their huge buttons out. And they're also pretty slow, exactly for that very reason. But the problem is how you cover those huge buttons, right? You can pair Illaoi with anybody, like, for example, Vi, and you're already in a really good spot, and then you're going to be able to do TODs. That's where it gets really scary with Illaoi, and why she's, again, she teeters between that A and S tier, but she's still really, really good. Okay, Darius. I would usually put Darius in S tier, but I'm actually going to put him in the A tier. And I'm actually going to put him right after Jinx. And the reason I'm putting him right after Jinx is because he's not as crazy as he was in the Alpha Lab, but he's still very good. Darius and Vi, oh my god, I've seen TODs with that. That is insane, especially with Double Down. I don't think Darius, again, is this really great character like he was before. Who are you y'all running into online? We're running into chaos. Like, what are you talking about? I don't have problem with Jinx. I don't have problem as I'm used to with Darius. Darius is not as much of a criminal as he was before. Like, I'm telling you guys, I played Alpha Lab 1 and 2. Darius was a menace. I thought they would never nerf that character. Now in this game, it feels doable. That's why I think he's in A tier. I still think he's very good, and I think there's a lot of value to him, but that bleed was not like how it used to be. That damage was not like how it used to be. So he's not in that S tier rank where he's feeling like overwhelmingly strong. His assist is also super good. He's better as a character on Anchor than he is on Point, but he can still do the job. Grandmaster rank is genuine hell. I just got to Masters today, which I'm very proud of myself because I don't have a lot of combos. So yeah, so with Darius, I do think he's an A tier. Yasuo? Yasuo's in D tier. Let me stop. Let me move this before before I get cooked. Before I get cooked. I'm downplaying him. I'm sorry. This is my main. I can't help it. Yasuo is unfortunately on S tier. That's a #1 character right now. I'm not gonna lie. That character is too good. As an all-rounder, it's really nice to play a top tier. What does Yasuo not have? Maybe because I play Braum and I can counter poke him. Yeah, your armor can be a good counter to Yasuo. I do feel like you can stop getting opened up by Yasuo's if you use parry and like push block. So the reason though that I do think Yasuo is still on an S tier focus is because Yasuo just gets so much value. He has great buttons, he's safe on everything, his movement's amazing. He has insane pressure, especially if you're on 2x assist or freestyle. And again, the damage is still there. Like, I was playing and I didn't feel like there was any difference from the nerf that they gave him a couple of days ago. So, I am a Yasuo player. I am a Yasuo main. I cannot downplay this character. He is really good right now. He is really good. And mind you, I play an all-rounder character in Strive like Anji. And Anji is not that good because he doesn't have good buttons. He does have great pressure, but he doesn't have good movement. And he has damage. But again, that's what makes Anji not good. That's why like Arxis is so scared to actually like touch Anji, because Anji can literally become Yasuo. And that I'm not trying to downplay my characters or try to like exaggerate. Genuinely, even though I complain about Arxis continuously touching Anji and not for the good, Anji plays in a way where it's like he can easily become a Yasuo if they do what they do to Yasuo. that's like how it is. So yeah. Okay, Echo. This guy is right before Alawi. This guy is ridiculous. This Echo, I can't win against Echo. Genuinely, I cannot win against Echo. This is the one character that I feel like I just can't, I get annoyed from. I don't like playing against him. I think he's a character that just like, he rewinds, like he's true time character. I think with him, the fact that he has such a strong super, insane mix-ups and setups, it's like even if you try to do parry, even if you try to do like reversals, if anything you do, he has an answer for. So it just feels really like this character is on the line between like being just as annoying as Alawi and then just as like damaging and great pickups as Vi. And you can play Echo in any situation, like point, anchor, whatever you want, and he's still gonna be really good. And then my last pick here is Ahri. Ahri is B tier. The reason I say Ahri is B tier is because she suffered the most in terms of nerfs. When Alpha Lab and Alpha Lab 2 happened, she was really strong. Now in this like closed beta, she is not the same character. She doesn't have her dash that she used to do. Her assist is not as strong as it was in Alpha Lab 1. The other thing too is that like she's such a high execution character that it doesn't even get rewarded to do those executions unless you're trying to get a lot of pickups there. So again, she's great in terms of just like how she feels in terms of movement, but that's really what's going for her. Plus she has the lowest health in the game. And again, they really nuked her. They really nuked her in how she plays, going into this closed beta, and then of course going into early access. So I really think that right now this is the order tier list that I have. Again, my top 4 is Yasuo, Vi, Echo, and Alawi. Your second strongest is Jinx, Darius, and Blitz. And then your lowest 2 is Ahri and Braum, in my opinion. So that is my tier list, everybody. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys agree. And